Hello everyone, welcome to Lit Learning English Literature channel. Have you ever wondered how literature reflects patriotism, identity and resistance? From extreme nationalism to movements that gave voice to the oppressed, these literary ideas shaped entire culture. So the first one is jingoism. It shows how writers criticized or promoted nationalism, often tied to colonialism or expansionist ideas, meaning extreme patriotism that becomes aggressive or a warlike. British and American war poems or propaganda writings in the late 19th and early 20th century often reflected jingoistic spirit. Zindi Vorobak movement from Australia during 1930s to 1940s, a literary movement in Australia that wanted to create a truly Australian literature to move away from European cultural dominance and with Aboriginal culture, language and landscape. Writers like Ian Moody, Roland Robinson, Victor Kennedy, these are the writers who are associated with Zindi Vorobak movement. Negritude movement, it started around 1930s in Africa and in Caribbean. So the different writers from Africa and Caribbean writers are associated with this movement. A cultural and literary movement by French-speaking black intellectuals and writers to celebrate African heritage, identity, and value against French colonial racism, black pride in literature rejecting colonial inferiority, and embracing African culture. Writers like Aimé Césaire, Leopold Senghor, Leon Dumas are associated with negritude movement. So they have asked a question, who all are associated with negritude movements? It's Aimé Césaire, Leopold Senghor, Leon Dumas and other writers also there who are associated with negritude movements. Let's check all the information about negritude movement. And the most important Harlem Renaissance, it started around 1920s and 1930s. It's a cultural, artistic and a literary explosion of African American creativity centered in Harlem. It's a city name, right, in New York. So about a race, identity, jazz music, folklore and the black experience in America. The most important writers like Langston Hughes is Zora Neale Hurston, Claude McKay, Countee Cullen and Duke Ellington are associated with Harlem Renaissance, which is also mentioned as that the first great celebration of black culture in American literature and arts. So the next one is garrison mentality. So garrison, which means Canada and garrison mentality. So garrison mentality is connected with Canadian literature. So the term was coined by Northrop Frye. Mindset shaped by settlers. Settlers means Vasahatu Shahi, alva. So settlers in Canada feeling isolated by vulnerable in a vast hostile wilderness. Canadian settlers' defensive outlook in literature is what we call that garrison mentality. So writers like Susanna Moody, Margaret Atwood, Duncan Campbell Scott. So these are the writers who are associated with this garrison mentality. Okay. So as you can see, this is something different kind of a video, right, about a negritude movement, about garrison mentality and about Harlem Renaissance and jingoism. So just to go and focus on each and every topic and read and revise it thoroughly. Also remember one thing, that garrison mentality was actually popularized by Canadian critic Northrop Frye It refers more to a theme in Canadian literature rather than a single writer's movement, okay? But many Canadian authors' works reflect it. So like Susanna Moody, Margaret Atwood, and Duncan Campbell Scott, okay? So these are writers' names who mostly associated with garrison mentality. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe.